To the DevSec 2023 podcast, sponsored by our good friends at Cisco. I'm Alan Dale. This is my good buddy Jerry Carew. We are Gale Force Winds. Jamie, show is kicking off. There's a lot of excitement in this room on day two. A lot of good things happening here in Nova Scotia. This is your backyard. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. Well, I'm the Managing Director at Atlantic with the Samuel Group. I am headquartered here in beautiful Halifax. This is my hometown. It's great to welcome so many people to Atlantic Canada. This is my third DevSec, and it's grown each year. This, for sure, is the biggest one. And the energy in the room, the interest in doing business. I mean, I have a dual role because I got to promote my clients and my company, but I always promote my region of Atlantic Canada as well. And people are excited to talk about what's going on here locally and how they can be part of it.
You know, it has grown, you know, even in the last 3 years, but before that, and to see what DevSec was a number of years ago and what it has become, it's a remarkable thing. Global companies in that room making a difference on the global stage. Canadian companies who started off in our own backyards right here in Nova Scotia and in and around Atlantic Canada that are now making an impact themselves on a global stage. It must be amazing for you as a Haligonian to watch all of this unfold.
Well, it is, but you know, it's a great reminder. We have all it takes to be a success here in Halifax and in Atlantic Canada. We have wonderful universities. They're graduating very smart people, whether it's in accounting or management or coding, which is a big area of demands. We have banks, insurance, we have the port, we have free trade agreements with all the major players. And I think the larger prime contractors are seeing that. And of course, since this is a defense conference, we have all three branches of the Canadian Armed Forces represented here. That's something unique to Halifax. 11,000 general members of the armed forces, plus the civilian side. This city is a major hub and is becoming even more so as it grows. And I think that's caught the attention of many of the delegates that are here for the first time.
Yeah, well, 100%. I mean, Halifax has a tremendous amount to offer. Strategically located, as you say, and all of those players here. You know, what excites you the most when you walk through the trade show floor and you see these companies that have come to your backyard?
Well, they're here because they want to be here.
Yeah.
There's no government subsidy to come here. They're here because they see a business opportunity. And that's what creates economic growth. And that's what will pay for things like healthcare and education and roads that are important to Nova Scotians. I believe Halifax has a very dynamic startup community now, a self-sustaining startup community. So there are all the big companies here, yes, but there are also a fair number of smaller but growing Nova Scotia companies. And to see them interacting and doing business with the larger multinationals as equals, knowing what that will turn into in local jobs and local economic growth, it's magic. And so for our company, we represent clients large and small, and I just think we're a connector. We bring people together. Maybe one guy has a good idea, another woman is the CEO of a large prime defense contractor, but to introduce them and watch what can happen, that's what conferences like this are all about, and it's why we're all here this week, and it's just a lot of fun to see.
You know, the other thing that's quite notable about Halifax and Atlantic Canada generally is that strong collaboration between government, industry, and academia. All those players are swirling in the same area, and in this part of the world, they all generally know one another and can connect the dots quickly. Tell me the importance of that.
You know what, that is such a great point. We are a beautiful size. I really mean this. A guy named Richard Florida wrote a book about what's the ideal size city, and he said it's not 5 million, it's not 20, it's 500,000. Halifax is 500,000.
I have that book.
You have that book, there you go. Well, he predicted this many years ago, and Atlantic Canada is like 3.2, 3.3 million. Yes, people tend to know each other, but that gets things done. You know, you mentioned our universities. That is so important to the clients that we have here, and to every company that's wondering, how do I grow my business and get the talent I need? Where do I have to go? So this is an affordable part of the world. We have a ready labor force, a well-educated There are more PhDs per capita in Halifax than any city in the world. So there's a little fun fact for you. And they're here doing work in AI and cyber defense and quantum computing, all the hot emerging technologies, and companies are here seeing that. So I see Invest Nova Scotia is here. Their job is, of course, to convert all this interest into actual location, and I'm sure they're going to do that because, like I say, we have all it takes.
Well, there you go, the city of trees and PhDs. So
That's a good one. It rhymes. Yes.
Jamie, and also if you look across the harbour over in Dartmouth, you've got Cove set up there. You've got NATO Diana announcing that this is where they're going to set up base.
Yeah.
Good things coming this way. Ships being built just down the road here. I mean,
that's
a
right.
lot of things happening.
Yeah.
As Samuel Associates, the key member here in Nova Scotia, that's got to be exciting for you. I mean, the clients must be just coming towards you.
Well, there's always room for more. I just want to make that point. But I know that Samuel Associates was one of the first Ottawa-based government relations firms to invest in the Halifax office. And I think it was very wise. Never mind me for a second, but it was a very wise investment because it's the hottest growing area in defense and security and other technologies. And so, yes, I'm at Cove all the time. I'm so proud of what they're doing. And, you know, we even played our small little bit in lobbying, not for a client, but for Halifax to be the location of the Diana office, which is a €1 billion private equity fund that's going to seed a lot of startup businesses with great ideas. Not just for Halifax, of course, but it's headquartered here. So it's a big boost. And I can tell you, everyone here is asking us about Diana, and many are putting in their applications and waiting to hear. And we're going to help them all with that.
Right.
And that will multiply, as you know, through the economy in very good ways.
And Samuel Associates, of course, having a big event in Ottawa in December where they're going to unpack Diana for a lot of people. And I think that's a vital service to provide. And that's thought leadership there. Say, okay, let's explain this to folks. Kudos to you folks.
Yeah, thanks. I hope everyone gets to hear this. We have a non-profit arm called the Policy Insights Forum, which we operate on a cost recovery basis, where we want to contribute to the great debates of our country. One of those debates is in the area of military spending and our own defense and security. And everyone knows with NATO, we're short of our commitments. And I hope as a country we get to meet those commitments. When we do, defense spending is going to grow exponentially because we are so short. That's all fine. That's an opportunity. We can't get there. We can't get there without government and business working together. So the NATO Industry Forum in Ottawa on December 11th is about bringing together senior government officials, D&D and others. Catherine Blewett, the CEO of ACOA, will be there, among others, with industry leaders to talk about how do we work together to pull our weight and defend this country and meet our commitments to our allies in NATO. NATO loves it. The government of Canada has been fully supportive. And for my firm, I'm proud that we're kind of the connector or the catalyst to make that happen.
The thought leaders, fantastic.
Yeah.
Jamie, I have to tell you, I really enjoy your perspective.
Thank you.
You've got a great lens on what's happening. It's been an absolute privilege to be in conversation with you today. Thanks for joining Gale Force Winds.
Well, thanks for doing this, and thanks to both of you for engaging the broader community that couldn't be with us so they can see what we're doing here. It's a great service.